Hey y'all, long time no see. Back with a new video, and in today's video I'm going to be introducing a new series that I would like to call Office Hours. In this series of videos, what I'm going to be doing is just giving general advice geared around college that I kind of wish that I had at the time of applying. Now in today's video, our main focus is going to be scholarships. We are trying to get to where the money resides.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside.
Disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor, nor do I claim to be. So all of this is literally just advice. If you have any other questions about FAFSA, I would advise that you speak to your college's or your university's financial aid department. So let's jump right in. I know this is really late in the year. I've been wanting to do this series. I've been wanting to do this since about May, honestly, truly. However, life happens, and honestly, truly, better late than never. Now, I will say, and let me know how the audio is sounding. This is a new mic system that I am using instead of just using my iPhone's microphone. I signed up for Sezzle and they gave me like $25 in Amazon credits, and I just bought a microphone. So we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna see if I like it. If y'all like it, just let me know. So some general advice that I would give everybody if you are applying for a scholarship. My number one piece of advice: be yourself and be transparent. Let them know in that little paragraph or paper that they make you write sometimes exactly what you want to do with that money. Even if you don't know what your academic goals are, in applying for scholarships, that would be a really good time to kind of figure that out and see what you are leaning towards. Now, I'm not saying that you have to have everything planned out, but it would be a good time. Another thing, be transparent. In all of my applications, I let them know exactly what I want to do with my degree, how far I want to go, and the communities that I want to serve. Every single time I have let them know I want to provide counseling and testing services for minority communities. Now, depending on the scholarship that you're applying for, y'all would know best, or given the region that you're living in, you might have to tailor some things. I honestly, truly try and just not lie to them, or really sugarcoat things. I tell them exactly what I want to do, and if they accept that, they'll give me the money. If they don't, all money's not good money. So maybe I don't want your money if that's, you're not wanting to give into the minority community. But off rip, I let them know that's what I want to do. My second piece of advice is apply even if you don't qualify. There have been so many scholarships that I've applied to, not even knowing, if I really qualified. My GPA might have been on the cusp, thinking that I was not qualified, having imposter syndrome, thinking, oh, somebody else probably has more volunteer hours than me. Somebody else probably has this or has a higher GPA than myself. However, still apply. There are so many scholarships that I've gotten where I talked to the scholarship committee afterwards, and they were like, yeah, we only had 5 applicants, or we only had 1 or 2 applicants, or whatever. And so we just ended up splitting the money between all of y'all, and I've gotten a bigger scholarship off of that. So still apply. Have confidence in yourself, which leads into my third point. Have confidence. One of my favorite sayings from Kuroko no Basuke, if any of y'all watch anime out there, Aomine, the only one that can beat me is me. I am not in competition with anybody other than myself. Other people might be in competition with me. That's not my business. I am the only person that can beat me. Have confidence in yourself and still apply. Talk yourself up. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. When I tell you, do not be humble. Where has being humble gotten any of us? Up talk yourself. Over talk yourself. You are selling. Pause. Not selling yourself, but you are promoting yourself. You are your biggest hype man. You are that girl. Know that you are that girl or guy, my fourth biggest piece of advice is also to get involved. When I tell you, oh my gosh, being involved not only strengthens your application for your scholarship, strengthens your resume, but also you garner connections. You build rapport with people. There have been times where I've volunteered at my university or even just in the community, and that's how I found out, oh, I know this person, they have this scholarship, or I'll connect you with them, they work in this department, they might can help you with something. Talk, have those communication skills, let people know. Use your discernment, use your intuition, because I don't tell everybody everything that I'm going through, or that I'm financially challenged or things like that, but I do let them in on a little bit. Generally, college students, we need money. I'm pursuing my master's right now. We need funds. Even with undergrad, we need funds. There's always something available that somebody knows about. So definitely garner and hound your communication skills. Get involved. Brings me into my fifth point, continuously update your resume. I have a Google Doc with all of the community service hours that I have served from undergrad to grad. All of that counts. That way, when it is time to apply, you aren't going back through Instagram, looking at the pictures that you've taken, going through your Gmail, looking at, time slots that you signed up with. You know exactly where it is. As well, updating your resume. I'm a firm believer, not everything belongs on a resume. On my resume, I don't have that I worked at Carrabba's for 2 months or, the times where I worked here and there. I have my big things on there. I worked for Blue Cross and Blue Shield. I interned at a hospital. I presented at, some psychology conferences and things like that. Or I presented at my university. Keep those big things, because second of all, they're not going to do a background check on you. So you don't have to put all 8,000 jobs that you've worked. And I would also say, try and list some of your big community service projects or your bigger awards that you may have won at your university or in the community. Continuously update that resume. I kid you not. I even have a professional resume. I have a resume for service jobs, customer service jobs. I have a scholarship resume, and I have an academic resume. I have multiple resumes just because you never know what somebody's going to be asking for. I know it sounds like a lot, but when you get to that position, when you get to that point where you need one or the other, you have it. It helps. I feel like it helps. All right. So as I stated before, some of these scholarships may be more Louisiana based because of the fact that I am in Louisiana. I'm going to just name a few scholarships that you all can potentially look up, or it may kind of give you a start to where you can look up. I also want to say I am only including scholarships that I have accepted. I know a lot of people do videos talking about how I was awarded $500,000 in scholarships, and it's not scholarships that they have accepted, it's offers that they got from different universities and tuition packages. No shade on them. I feel like that is a bit disingenuous. So I am going to only list a few scholarships in which I accepted them and I used them. Because if I went on about every single university that I applied to and all of the tuition packages and outside scholarships that they offered to help me pay for the university, we would be here all day. I applied to a lot of schools, including HBCUs that, offered some good tuition packages, but it just was not enough, which is why I ended up going to the school that I went to because it was a full ride. Okay, so for undergrad, Louisiana, we have TOPS. I received TOPS Opportunity and TOPS Honors. I do know that other states have things that are similar to TOPS, so definitely just look in that state and in that area. As well, some states will offer, just like Louisiana, if you are a border state, such as Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, or Alabama, whoever's to our right. Well, on the state, it's all right. Looking at a map, on the state, it's our left. Looking at a map, it's on our right. They will offer scholarships and or reduced tuition to people that are on those border states. Look into that. When I was in high school, I received the LPSS Superintendent's Golf Scholarship. I don't know if they do this anymore. However, it was a golf tournament. They raised funds. They gave out scholarships to high school students who had been accepted into state universities. I also received in college the SGA Senate Choice Scholarship. Definitely look into your student government association and see what they have to offer. Some of them are merit-based, some of them are need-based. So just shoot your shot and see. It never hurt. At my university, going in, I received the Thibodeau Scholarship, which was tuition and housing. So even though I lived in the area, my first 2 years on campus at university, I stayed on campus just to use the scholarship. And it was a great experience. I feel like everybody should stay on campus. It's such a beautiful community. I mean, that is the closest as of right now that I've had to true community and living in a walkable city. I received the Cult 25 Homecoming Scholarship, which was specific to my sorority and specific to my chapter. It was started by some of my sorority sisters that graduated and wanted to give back to that specific chapter, so they started a scholarship fund, and it's really nice. As well, I received the Earlene Pipkin Scholarship, which was started by our sponsoring grad chapter. I also received a scholarship from the Rotary Club of Lafayette. And another one that is generally applicable is the Keystone Scholarship. I received a scholarship when I was in the honors program at my university. All you had to do to be in the honors program and to graduate with your honors cord was read a book every semester and write a paper. A lot of the times people would really just write some, for lack of a better word, shitty ass papers. If you even just tried a little bit, you could get something out of it, honestly, truly, because I did not even finish reading the book and I wrote a paper on it and I won the scholarship. So that was just that. In graduate school, I have received, which it's only been my first year, trying to gather my bearings, so I really have not applied to that many scholarships, but the scholarships that I did apply to, I got. So I received the Black Faculty and Staff Association Endowed Scholarship, as well as the NAUW South Central Scholarship. NAUW stands for National Association of University Women. They have a lot of chapters pretty much everywhere. So I would look into them as well. And then I get my graduate assistantship, which I did have to apply for. All right, now this is probably what you all have been waiting for. Where can I find these scholarships? So first off, you can find scholarships in your local school system, whether it is an ISD. You know, some of my scholarships did come from LPSS, which is Lafayette Parish School System. Your school system does have, well, maybe, they might have scholarships. Look into it, see, be diligent. As well, you can find some scholarships if you are currently enrolled in your program at your university or college in your academic department. I know our psychology department does have specific departmental scholarships. So does bio. I was a bio major at one point. I'm sure they have it all around. Look into that. I know for a fact they also have scholarships for students who are in general studies. I forgot what the program is called, but they do have scholarships as well, even if your major is undeclared in a certain way. Another place that you can find scholarships are special interest groups. As I mentioned before, Rotary Club, Kiwanis Club, Beta Club, our Black Faculty and Staff Association, Mardi Gras Cruise. Some have scholarships, and we'll have scholarship dinners. Look, when I tell you, just Google Mardi Gras Club, Mardi Gras Crew, scholarship. Rotary Club, scholarship. Special interest, scholarship. As well, there are scholarships for students with disabilities. I'm registered with my university's Office of Disabilities. I receive accommodations. They send us emails about certain special interest groups around Lafayette that give scholarships specifically to students with disabilities. I have been a recipient of one of those scholarships. You never know. Shoot your shot. Another place that you can definitely find scholarships are with brands. I know Chevron gives a scholarship. Shell also gives a scholarship. Pretty Little Thing had a campus ambassadors program. One of my sorority sisters was in it. I'm not sure if they got a scholarship or it was just a stipend. Definitely look into that. If you are going to have to work while you are in school, like I did, make sure that you find a company that you can get something out of. Unfortunately, I worked at Super One. Pay was low, hours were crazy, did not give any type of tuition reimbursement. So try and look for those companies that offer tuition reimbursement, such as Chipotle, such as FedEx. I want to say Amazon also does tuition reimbursement, and I think AT&T and some other phone carrier groups, if I'm not mistaken. But I definitely know Chipotle, FedEx, McDonald's also does a tuition reimbursement program. Those three, I have had friends working and getting their tuition reimbursed. So they graduated pretty much with little to no debt. Another place in which you can find scholarships are your local Black Greek letter organizations. And I state Black Greek letter organizations because there are numerous Greek organizations outside of the Divine Nine, and they also offer scholarships. Some of the Black Greek letter organizations do not require you to have a 4-year degree like Divine Nine organizations and other Black Greek letter organizations. There are Black Greek letter organizations that are at community colleges that allow members with a 2-year degree. So they grant scholarships for people pursuing a associate's degree, a 2-year degree, or a certification. I want to say for majority of the D9 organizations, they do require you to be in pursuit of a 4-year degree. Speaking for myself, I do know you can go to akaeaf.org or .com. I'll put the actual website somewhere on the screen or in the description box. We offer scholarships for members as well as non-members. You also do not have to be a woman to receive these scholarships. You can be anybody. We offer scholarships for undergraduates. We offer scholarships for graduates as well. They do have specific deadlines and or specific requirements. Some of them you have to be pursuing a certain type of degree, like let's say STEM. For some of them, you do have to be located in a specific region. For example, I'm in the South Central region. So if there's a scholarship that is geared towards the Mid-Atlantic region, or the international region, I probably could not apply for it. So just make sure that you look at those qualifications. NPHC in general, local NPHC chapters do offer scholarships as well as book stipends. I know my undergraduate chapter that I came in through offered book stipends for students, about $500 or $250 kind of sorta to be able to buy your textbooks, because we know financial aid just comes in extremely late during the school year. So that is a bit of a help, but definitely look into that and see what there is to offer. Just Google Phi Beta Sigma scholarships, Delta Sigma Theta scholarships, and see. The possibilities are endless and the money is out there, you guys. Because at this point, with everything that's going on in the world, community is all we have. We only have ourselves. We should not be gatekeeping anything. So wherever I can do my part, I'm going to lift as I climb, pass the torch, pass the buck, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're going to do. All right, y'all, that is all that I have for you guys today. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that I mentioned in the comments, anything that I can expound on or explain, and just tune in next time for our next episode of Office Hours. Bye.